All right, so in this video right here, I'm going to talk about something that normally people don't really talk about, and that's their addiction. I'm an entrepreneur. I love waking up every day and betting on myself. Work ethic, 24/7, perspective, resilience, the whole nine. We're about to get into it right here. Check this video out. If you like the content, hit the like, hit the subscribe. When we're done, let me know how you're feeling. And if you're struggling with mental health and addiction, please go get the help. I appreciate you. If you're a veteran, if you're a spouse, if you know anybody who is a veteran, and you're 100% disabled, 50% disabled, you got PTSD, TBIs, Agent Orange for the older crowd, burn pit exposure. What is one thing that the VA really doesn't help you with, yet you need a ton of guidance and you need proper transparency for? It's two of the most hated words in the history of life insurance. Now, the VA falls ridiculously short here. Why? I don't know. Veterans should have their burials covered. Veterans should have their homes freaking covered. Veterans should be catered to. Maybe you set a certain time frame, how many tours, someone that came in and did 2 years and left. Why? Because there's no coverage for the first 2 years. You guys have to pay premiums for 2 full years before the policy starts. Why would we ever want to do that? Why would we want to put our family at risk for 2 years, right? Fun fact, did you know that 1% of term policies actually ever pay a death claim? Fun fact, right? When you're talking about life insurance, there isn't the best plan. No, there's the plan that you qualify for. You, meaning your health, your situation is different than the next. Service Members Group Life Insurance. For $500K while you're active, you get the coverage. You are ready to retire, get discharged, whatever it may be. You can have it for 120 days. Your SGLI, you're good to go. You have 480 days to convert that to VGLI, Veterans Group Life Insurance. This is a private market prudential policy that increases in price every 5 years. If they did, they'd go broke. Their disability claim or half their disability check is gone to life insurance. That's what these carriers do. They put us in these spots so that we have ridiculously hard decisions to make, which is why you need to talk about it when you're getting out. So if you go shopping for life insurance and nobody tells you about this plan from the VA, you're just talking to someone who cares about commissions, sales, leaderboards, the whole nine. And guess what? That's fine. There's nothing wrong with those people, except for the fact that they don't give a flying about your family, your situation, and what you've been through. I see 2 types of nightmares every day. One, a consumer went and took the policy out themselves. AARP, Globe Life, Gerber, Colonial Penn, all the junk that comes in the mail, credit unions, television. Guys, please stop buying that life insurance. That's nightmare number 1. Nightmare number 2 is I talked to someone who said they worked for the VA and they sell life insurance for the VA and they're a veteran expert, even though they just got their license and they have no clue what they're doing. There are 75,000 veterans in the new 2-year wait whole life plan from the VA called VA Life. If the average premium is $85 a month, the VA is making over $100 million in 2 years. If I went and talked to all 75,000 of those veterans, I would get 72-ish thousand of them day 1 coverage, which in my mind means the VA is stealing from 72,000 vets. Most life insurance people don't want any type of reviews or anything because they trying to jam policies down your throat. Nope. We're just going to educate you guys, advocate for you guys, point you in the right direction. If you bless us with the task of taking on the coverage, it's an honor and a privilege to help you. It truly is. We love it. And, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. The way that this is all set up right now and the way it's easy to buy life insurance and how turned off people are to deal with any type of salesperson. You guys are bombarded when it comes to disability, healthcare, car insurance, auto insurance, pet insurance, picture insurance, light insurance, camera insurance, phone insurance. What insurance out of those matters? Truthfully, we have to look at life insurance differently. We really truthfully do on a serious note. because there's a lot of myths that surround it, and it doesn't need to be difficult. And I've been blessed to help thousands of veterans through this process, obviously taking them on as clients, but so many as friends at this point, and just amazing human beings. You deserve the best as a vet. And I get riled up and I get frustrated when I talk about this because I don't like what I do. I absolutely love what I do. I love working with veterans and helping you guys through this. And it's one of the worst things people want to deal with and talk about, and that makes me love it even more. I'm in recovery, right? I had a self-sabotage past. I was in active addiction for quite a while, and I should be dead 1,000 times over. So I'm not. The only purpose I can see why I'm still here is to serve others. And if there's any niche or group or underappreciated community to serve, it's veterans. It's also the recovery community. If you're struggling with mental health or addiction, veteran, regular person, please go get the help. And I mean that. Please go get the help. I am proof that you can get your family back, you can make a damn good living, and you can do good in this world just off of getting clean and wanting to do the right thing. I've never been so blessed in my life. I want veterans to know that private market life insurance is much better than anything the VA is going to offer you. If you're 30, 40, 50 years old, VGLI is okay. You will want to get rid of VGLI by the age of 65 if you have $200,000 or more. You have the first 480 days to convert your SGLI to VGLI. The first half of that 480 days, you do not have to prove any type of health. So if you're active right now, or you know somebody that's active and some really nasty shit happens to them, and you don't think that they're going to qualify for coverage, or they've got a family at home or new home, whatever that looks like, get them to VGLI and tell them get rid of it by 65. VA Life, a program launched in the beginning of 2023. It is the VA's version of a final expense life insurance plan. VA Life is guaranteed acceptance. So just like the $9.95 dummy you see on TV all the time, there's a gap of 2 years with no coverage. I have had veterans purchase coverage on November 1st and die December 7th. True story. It happens. Guys, you're stubborn. Older vets, men, you're stubborn. Do not be stubborn when it comes to your family. The women seem to be more open-minded here, even if they're the breadwinner, whatever it may be. It just seems like women don't have such a bad stigma when it comes to sales reps or insurance or whatever. Don't be stubborn, guys. Don't kick the can down the road. If you keep kicking it down the road and you die, your family is effing screwed in a lot of situations. A lot of you guys I talk to have done really well for yourselves. A lot of you guys that I talk to are in very tough spots, and we've got families and daughters and granddaughters. I just sent $300 worth of Instacart groceries to some random veteran in the middle of frickin' Kentucky because his granddaughter didn't have formula. Whatever. I'm not rich, but I'm going to give up some of my money to help that guy and his granddaughter and his daughter. You guys deserve proper guidance and transparency is the whole point of this video, and life insurance is a huge subject right now on social media. It's everywhere. IULs, term life, whole life. I'm going to give you the crash course on what these coverages are. And then if you think what I'm doing is helping or what we're doing is helping people, hit the like, hit the subscribe. It would mean a ton to me. I also want to look at your policies. If you've taken out coverage in the last couple of years, hit the message below. Tell us what it is. I will vet it for you. I will go check prices, whatever it may be. I need your date of birth, or I need just your age, your gender, and what you have. Whole life, term life, this much coverage, this is the cost. Let me know. Email me, text me, whatever it is. Whole life. There's two types. There's guaranteed issue whole life, and then there's regular day one immediate whole life, who someone like myself has to issue, licensed, authorized by the states. Also, side note, if someone's going to give me advice about selling life insurance, please be someone that's done 6 figures monthly on their own pen and has a 90+% persistency. Other than that, I don't really want to hear what you have to say. I'll listen, but I'm not going to take it to heart. I know what I'm doing when it comes to this. All right? We're in the top 1% and 1% and whatever that is. I don't even care. You see all those cool things glowing behind me? I know what I'm doing, right? Now, 2 types of whole life. Guaranteed issue, day one coverage. Both of them are permanent. Both of them build cash. Both of them will never change in price. The difference is one starts immediately, the other waits 2 years. Year number 3 kicks in. Now it's normal. Overpriced, no coverage for 2 years, but you don't have to speak to the sleazy sales guy. Day 1 coverage, you have to speak to the sleazy sales guy. We're not all sleazy. I promise you. We're good people. Whole life, smaller policies by nature. Why? Because it's permanent. The carrier knows they're going to cut a check at some point, so they're not going to put out a bunch of $500,000 whole life policies because they'd go broke paying death claims. Which leads you to term. Term life insurance, the consumer shiny object, the mistake, the economical way to cover a huge amount, the false sense of coverage. Unless you have a crystal ball and you know when you're going to die, you're going to outlive your term. How do I know this? I don't. The actuaries do. Law of large numbers, the mountains and mountains and mountains of data these companies have. If you're approved for a term policy, the data is pointing to you outliving 99 out of 100 times. So, life insurance can be summed up in one sentence. If we go to a casino and we're given a 100% chance of winning $50,000 or a 1% chance at winning $250,000, do we want the $250K? Duh. What are we leaving with though? The 50. Why? Because it's a guaranteed payout. Term life insurance, huge death benefits, small premiums. Why? Because they don't pay out. Think about it for 2 seconds. And when I say they don't pay out, don't mistake. I don't mean that 100 death claims come in and 99 of them are declined. They weed it out in the beginning. Every day we talk to people. 74, 78, 76. Hey, Mike, my term is about to expire. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, I have $250K. What's it going to look like if I get another $250K? It's going to look like you're going to try to punch me through the phone because someone put you in a really bad spot. Now I'm going to show you what 10K is, and it's going to be the same price you were paying for your term. Don't get put in that spot. If you're going to put term in place and you have a large liability to cover, which is a valid time for term, back it up with something permanent, which leads me to an indexed universal life, which is a mixture of both. Now, a million rabbit holes I could go down. All the IUL professionals are going to blah, 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 blah. An indexed universal life is like term and whole life had a baby. It's a simple way to put it. What's the best part of term? Large coverage amounts. What's the best part of whole life? It's permanent and it builds cash value. Put those together, what you get is a very large coverage amount that is permanent and builds cash value. Now, it's indexed, works a little bit differently. Some of your premium goes here, some of it goes there. We've written thousands of them. Only ever get an IUL if it's done the proper way. It has to be done the proper way. They're used for a couple different reasons. I want you guys to know what they are so that if some toolbox is calling you and says this is good and that is good and they're not talking about your health, just please stop, hang the phone up. I'm going to leave you with this. I wrote 4 policies today on veterans. On my website, there's a caution box. It's got a bunch of carriers in it. I call them the coffee table carriers. These carriers were charging one family over $511 more than what I wrote them. And they talked to the people 5 years ago. Their policies are 5 years old. How does that happen? Well, it happens because the consumers don't care. They just want to get it done. And they shouldn't really have to care. They should trust the person helping them. Go back to the babysitter. Honey, we're going to go out tonight. Oh, well, we got to find someone to watch the kids. Let's go with that guy right there. The guy right there at 7-Eleven who's looks pretty hammered and he looks like he's doing drugs, but nah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Click the link below, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I love and appreciate everything veterans do. Thank you so much for your service, first and foremost. And if you need help with any of this stuff, guys, weprotectveterans.com. My cell phone is right there. Get to the source. I love you guys. Have a good night.